Hi guys, I'm back again with another video on SED stream editor. Okay, so this is a very useful utility in Unix because whenever we are handling a lot of data and we want to perform some basic operations on data and do not touch the file, also do not want to affect the file, it's a very good utility which will be very useful when we are doing analysis on our flat file data basically, and you can directly execute it from the shell and you can embed it into your scripts, and it's full in a lot of trivial transformations and data manipulations and transformations on the go in your script. Okay, so that's one thing. Second thing is the output of this file. If you are using the standalone SED command, does not affect your input data, rather the output goes into the standard output. Right? What I mean by standard output, if you are executing the command directly from the shell, the output will also come onto the shell. You will have to explicitly catch the output into another file. You can redirect to another file or do whatever you want, like how you want to play with the data output, right? So with that being said, let's get started with some of the small experimentation with this utility. So if you'll go and check what is this SED command, right? So you can check directly in Unix, like what are all the options that are there with it. The most common ones are -n, -e, f. You can keep it with yourself, maybe someday you might use, but not too often you would be using this -f command. The rest all you can have it with yourself, but would not be very frequently used. Okay, so moving further, let's do something now with this. So let me see if I have some file with me. I might have created one. Let me just cat this file in front of you guys so that you can have a look. Yeah, so you can see this file has 9 lines, and let's now do our processing. So case 1, what if you want to display only those rows which have sample word in the row? Okay, for that we will do SED quote, then sample keyword, then print. P option. P option is for printing, and then we'll just, so now you can see all the lines which have the word sample, right? They have got printed twice. So any line which you are seeing has got printed twice is the line which has sample. So what we can do to remove this anomaly, right? What we can use SED with -n option. What -n will do is, it stands for silent. So what will happen, all the existing rows of the file won't come, only those rows will be listed out which have the word sample in them. Okay, let me just do it quickly. And now there are 2 lines which have the word sample in them. Cool. So this is how you can filter out records based on certain keyword in them. Okay, you can do the same thing using grep also, if you try, right? Like sample, again the 2 lines will come, but SED will help you do the more enhanced operations which grep cannot do at certain situations. Let me show you another example. wherein what we'll do, we'll try to list out all the records which do not have the word sample in them, right? So it's like the remaining lines from the existing file where we do not have the word sample. So again we'll write the same command. Sample was the word that we do not want at this time. We want the remaining lines, so we will use it with the option D this time. Okay, and the input file is this. So if you use the option D, the lines which have the word sample will not get listed, rather the remaining lines will be listed. So you can see all the lines which do not have the word sample in them got listed. The other thing that we can do is we want to filter out the records based on suppose the line numbers, right? We want the records from second line to fourth line, so we can use it like this. I hope I've written it correctly. So this way I'll have to use -n silently so that the lines do not get repeated. So if we'll do that, we'll see second, third and fourth. If we see second, third and fourth, cool. So we have listed these three lines, if you see, right? Now what if we want all the lines from the file excluding the lines from second to fourth row? That we can do again by following from the previous logic of minus query or excluding the records using the D option. We'll use the option D. We have all the lines excluding the lines from row number 2 to row number 4. Cool. Yeah. What else we can do is we can also list down all the lines, all the rows from the file from the line having a particular keyword to the line or till the line having a particular keyword. One thing to note here is here the first occurrence of that keyword will be taken into account. Okay, let me demonstrate you. So suppose we list down all the records, from the row containing sample till the row containing the word containing. So if you see, we have in the second last row the word containing, right? That, and we will use it with an option P. Now we will give this input file, sample input file, right? So if we will see the output of this file, we will get all the lines which have the word sample till the line which has the word containing in it. Now the next thing that you might want to do is listing out the records excluding the rows which has a certain keyword till the row which has a certain other keyword, right? Like we had in the previous example. Let me just type it out. So from the word sample containing -p, this will print. So I want exclude all the rows from the row containing sample till the row containing. Okay, So we'll use it with the D option. Now what we will do is we will provide it the input file, that is sample.txt. Let's go. So there is only one line, right? Because if you see, from the first line itself we have sample, right? And we have till the line containing. The only line that is left after this is the last line, and that is what is being printed in the previous command. So that's what we have for filtering out the records based on the keywords, based on row numbers, or maybe based on rows from a certain row which has certain word till the certain row having a certain other word, right? There could be another scenario for which we might use sed command is for replacing a certain word in the data file. That's also very common scenario that we encounter in our day-to-day data processing or data analysis within the shell with flat files, of course. So let's see some of the small examples of that as well. So now we will be doing find and replace. So find and replace is like you want to find certain word and you want to replace it with some other word, right? Suppose I have a word sample at many places in this file. I want to replace it with temporary, right? So what I'll use -s, like search and then replace. So first of all, it will search for the word sample and then will replace it with the word temporary. And if I don't specify any option, it is default print. Then I'll give the input file. So see the output. So wherever there was sample got replaced with temporary, correct? There were two lines which were having sample in them. Now one thing to note here is that this particular command search and replace will replace only one word per line. The first word which it will encounter as per the given criteria for the search word, the same word will be replaced. Now what if a line has the word sample 2 times, right? In that case what will happen is it will replace only the first occurrence of the word sample. Now if you want to replace it completely, like all the occurrences of the word sample should get replaced, then we'll have to use the same command which we used just above with an option G. G stands for global. So then all the occurrences of the word sample will get replaced no matter how many times they have occurred in a particular line. So let's copy this and just let's paste it. Now use it with the option G and then write sample.txt. Now if you'll see the file, again we do not have the reoccurrences of the word, right? Let me just change it for you guys. So if we go and write sample.txt, so my file is still the same. Now here we can have sample text sample file, right? So there are 2 samples now in this file. Now again I'll just use global word and we'll see temporary text, temporary files. So that's how it works for find and replace. What other scenarios that can come up in front of you is that you might want to insert a certain word in the file. Now if you have to insert the word somewhere in the middle of a row in the data file, you can simply do a find and replace, right? Because you will replace the existing word along with the new word concatenated with it. So in between the line, if you have to insert a word, you are good to go. You can replace it. The difficulty is that if you want to insert a word at the start of a line or at the end of a line. So here is a small example of that. Now if you want to insert a word at the start of each line in this file, what you can do is you can simply write sed quote s search for what? The start of the line, right? And which word to be inserted, right? Inserted here, right? Suppose the word to be inserted is Donald space, then slash, and then quote. So it will be replaced. The start of the line will be replaced by Donald every time in the input file. See, in all the lines. Now if you wanted in a particular line, right? If you wanted to insert the word in a particular line, then you could have done is the line which starts with the word Vishal, and then so wherever there was starting with Vishal, it has got Donald. Now if you want to replace it with Donald Vishal, right? Simple. Here you go. See. So that's what. At the end of the line, if you want to insert the word, then what you could have done is, instead of the start of the line, you could have mentioned $. But what will happen in this case, particularly the command that is written, right? This is not the correct command because $Vishal, the end of Vishal is not there. So what you can do is this. So if in all the lines at the end you will be having Donald Vishal as the keyword, or else let me just remove Vishal, just the Donald will suffice the requirement. Donald dot, or else rather I write dot Donald so that we can identify. See, all the lines will have dot Donalds, right? Now what I would want to do is to show you how you can replace multiple words in the file in a single command. So you can rather like find a certain keyword and replace it by this another keyword, then find another keyword and replace it by another keyword. This is how you want to do it. So you can actually write the entire instruction in a single command. How? Let me tell you. You can concatenate multiple find and replace commands within a single command using the option -e in SED -e. So what I'll do, I'll search for sample. Wherever the sample is there, I'll replace it with temporary, globally, of course globally, and then quote. Then again I want to search for another word, that is the word this, and replace it with that. That's also go globally, and then provide the input file. See, so wherever we had the word sample got replaced by temporary, and wherever we had this got replaced by that. So that's it, and thank you.